Hey, what's up everybody? John from Old Reading Farm. It is a cold day today, but we are going to make some big progress on the flower farm. It's also really windy, so I'm just going to sort of talk over this now, and then I'll show you some beautiful footage of what it looks like now and what it's going to look like soon. So we had our tree guy come and take down a ton of trees, as well as some that we've taken down ourselves, and you've seen sort of the progression of that. And so today, even though it's one day away from March, so spring is coming, and they told us it was going to be an early spring, and they lied, and yesterday it was like 56 degrees, right now it's 28, so literally half of the degrees, but it's cold. But so anyway, so we had our tree guy take down a bunch of trees, because we also got some peonies that are coming, and so we're gonna have to do some work. So the peonies are gonna go on the opposite side of my mother-in-law's driveway. And I think those are just gonna go in the ground, so we'll probably amend that with some compost. But the main part is gonna be over here, which is gonna be the main flower farm, which we're gonna do with raised beds. And we actually posted on our Instagram, like we needed some help with the plans, and you guys helped, and a bunch of people on Facebook helped, and we came up with our plan, which I'll show right here now, and then maybe I'll go over that a little bit later. But so we're going to do a bunch of raised beds, and so my goal is twofold today. So you'll see we have a ton of these logs that are just sitting around. I spent some time the other day to just kind of get them in piles so I could easily throw them in my dump trailer and bring down. These are all hardwood, so I'm going to use this for our firewood situation. So I'm going to throw them in my dump trailer, bring them down to the wood yard, and just stack them up for now. And then I'm going to try to take this big old pile of wood chips that we have up here and spread it out. There's a couple of stumps that I need to cut down, so I have to remember to go grab my big saw. But for right now, I'm going to stop blabbing and start loading up. Let's get to work. So obviously, as you can see by my phone being thrown to the ground several times, that it is too windy to have my phone on a tripod, and it is freaking freezing outside. So I have this little neck thing trying to keep myself warm. And this actually, because I was trying to get a bunch of different like filter masks for chainsaw carving, but none of them really fit my face well enough, and so this actually has like a filter in it, and so I just spun it around to just kind of cover up my mouth because it's so cold. But anyway, I'm actually making pretty good progress. I have I think like probably maybe 2-3 more trips down there. I think I'm gonna do, so what I'm trying to do is set myself up for firewood success, and so my firewood storage is looking really nice, coming along very well. But what I want to do is sort of plan out my next steps, because I want to get like all my firewood split and done soon. I think I have just about a cord done. So what I want to do is I'm getting all these lengths down here. They're all in 8-foot lengths, and I'm taking all the maple first, and I'm going to try to split all of that just so I have that as mostly seasoned as humanly possible. And then I'm going to split the oak that I have, because that'll take a lot longer. And then I'm thinking that, you know, we run through the maple through like, you know, November, December, maybe even January. And then come February, when it's about a year later, that's when we have that oak and it'll be nicely seasoned. Then I've also been stacking it, so that's going well. So I have, you know, a little bit more to go, but obviously I'm not going to continue to do a time lapse, keep throwing my phone on the ground. But so I'll check in with you guys in a minute.
All right, so you may have been watching John working on the new plan for the flower farm, because as you probably know, the old plan for the flower farm, which is like way behind me, by the way, new doors went in, and these are willow branches, very exciting stuff. So the old plan for the flower farm is not going to work because there's too much moisture down there. It's in a low spot, which we like probably should have thought about 4 years ago, but didn't. So the plan right now, and not just right now, but the plan is, and we're doing it because we're already way started on this project, is to put the flower farm kind of right as you pull into our driveway. There's a big space. I actually have the measurements of it. It's 55 feet by 35 feet. Ooh, and then I only don't have the other two. I think it's done by like 88 by like 74 or something. So it's this weird trapezoid kind of shape. And we were working together on planning where the raised beds are gonna go, because we are going to be gardening in raised beds over in that area. There's ledge very close to the topsoil level. It's also on like somewhat of a slope, and we just think that raised beds are gonna be our best bet. So that's what we're gonna do. It'll probably also make weed suppression a little bit easier. So that's the direction we're going. So here's the plan. It's very exciting stuff. Pardon the coffee spills. Every time I show you guys a piece of paper, it's got something spilled on it. So my mom just built a stone wall that runs along this kind of access. Her driveway is over here. Our driveway is over here. Am I upside down? No, I'm not. And then along this line, the big house that we don't use for anything is. So basically what we've done is a big row of beds, and what we were planning on doing is all of these beds were going to be 3 feet wide and then have 2.5 feet between them. So we thought 3 feet wide, that way we can reach the center of the bed from either side of the bed, because we've gone wrong with that before. And then 2.5 feet should be enough space that if we keep things, you know, somewhat contained, we'll be able to get around through them. So this whole row of beds, they're all going to be that same width, and they're going to be, what is it, 18 inches high, because John's going to do 9-inch pieces and we're going to do 2. So a whole, and all these little circles are probably going to be some kind of bushes. So these willow branches, we're hoping are gonna root, because willow is supposed to be like super duper easy to root. So these are in water. I also have some in like a rooting hormone and a root. It's like a little rooting medium. Root riot, that's what it's called. So we dipped some cuttings from these. These are like heirloom purple pussy willows. These are black and these are curly willows. So hopefully we're gonna have some bushes in here, all these little dots. These could also be peonies or rose bushes, basically any kind of bush we want. This little area here is going to be a patio. I'll see if I can find the video. I saw the absolute coolest like DIY patio I've ever seen before in my life. I think it was maybe on Pinterest. I'll see if I can find it and like maybe flash it up on the screen. But basically they like made their own cobblestones out of concrete and then set them together and then threw some concrete on top to like set them together. So that's gonna be a little patio area, more beds. This will probably have a trellis situation. So this will be like an entrance coming in from our driveway. And then these 2 super long beds are going to have arch trellises that run the whole length of this. I mean, hopefully the whole length, we'll see. But the plan is probably to grow like cool gourds, like birdhouse gourds, or the little white Casperita pumpkins, just any cool thing that when you're like walking through this super long tunnel could be like a really fun like experience almost, because it's, if you're in a super long tunnel, so one of these tunnels, you know, if all my calculations are correct, like Dr. Nash, this could be 34 feet long. how freaking cool would it be to have a 30-foot long tunnel where you're just like enclosed in gourds? I think it could be so stinking cool. Okay, so patio, beds around it, not arch, but like a homemade trellis here. Arch trellises here. Maybe the log arch will finally get built. And then this is just going to be some like cool, interesting shaped beds. They'll all be the same 3 feet wide and, you know, 18 inches tall, and 2.5 feet is the plan between everything. So if that all, or like really if any of that works out, like I think this could be the best year ever. We have a crazy, insane number of dahlia tubers coming our way. I also may or may not have placed an order with Wholesale for the Small Scale Grower for 45 peony roots. And I did buy some of Florette's original zinnia seeds. I bought the Unicorn Mix, I bought the Victorian Wedding, Alpenglow, and Golden Hour. So I bought 4 types of her seeds, and I also still have boatloads of sunflower seeds, Cosmos seeds that I got from when I bought a mystery box of seeds from Wholesale for the Small Scale Grower as well. So I'm like really, really, really hoping that I'm gonna have the best year ever, right? Like, isn't that always the plan? But this will be the first year that I haven't been really bogged down by a super stressful job where I'm getting like yelled at by people and, you know, bosses kind of micromanaging me. So I'm excited to not have to contend with that. We're going to be at craft shows most weekends throughout the entire season, and Monday through Friday I do some dog walking, but like that usually doesn't start until like 10. It's usually over by 3, so I'm gonna have time in the morning, time in the afternoon. I'm planning on keeping this place weeded. That's my plan. I think it's gonna be so cute, and I'm really, really excited for it. So stick with us. John's gonna get us there. It's super duper windy outside right now. He's working so hard out there, and I was outside dog walking all day, so I know that that wind is just like sucking the life out of him. So we thank him for his hard work. We can't wait to see this come into action. I'm gonna show you everything that I can, because my plan is once I have like something of value to add, I do want to like show you the flower farm, right? Like as it's growing. So keep your fingers crossed that it actually works out. Back to John.
All right, everybody, so look at what we got here. Now I know that this may just look like some lawn with some wood chips in it, but this is gonna be our future flower farm, and I'm very excited for it. Sun is setting, gotta put the animals away. So that's gonna do it for this video, but I'll leave you with some booty shots of my mulch. Thanks for watching. Ooh. Ah.